approach. It's such a beautiful composition to watch, but we get to have another potential look at it. We are live into this Hypoc. Your initial thoughts here, because as the desk said, one of these teams has that 100% win rate here.
They do indeed. Keela is actually the man I was just about to talk to. I love the fact that the desk lent on actually having a more traditional sentinel. cNed actually going to catch pAura sleeping there, but not anticipating a second. Rubino will trade it back out. Acend now find themselves in a 3v4. Meanwhile, Heretics, from Nuki at least, going to stomp all the way up through B's site, and Rubino will find his second now. Stars are also trying to come through lobby, and Coldamenta thrown in the mix. Why the hell not?
Oh, Coldamenta. They're reading this, but look at this wrap from Coldamenta. Could catch the Omen if the timing's just right. Let's see if they check it. Oh, the timing's not quite there. Coldamenta at least gets the trade and pulls in a 1v3. Still super difficult, but he's giving it a damn good go. He knows the position of Rubino, but the rest is somewhat unknown. Isolates Nuki and is desperate for this kill towards window, but it's not being provided. And now the time's a problem. The spike is perfectly planted for that window position, and waiting patiently was Lau. Not gonna let it slip, and Heretics find the pistol.
Yep, at a straight 50-50. Unfortunately, Coldamenta, again, time not in his favor, has to force his way in there. Heretics strike first on Haven, and just coming back to it, like I said, glad that the desk lent on it, because now obviously the lack of the Reyna, it's going to be pAura really. That they Acend need to keep the flank in check. They need to stay in control, and it's that map control that, you know, when we see them play on Byron, they lean a little heavier away from it. They go for these executes. They try and play that strong post plant. It's not really a factor in their game plan here. Some round Acend have to embrace a different look altogether.
Yeah, early timeout coming in. Makes you feel it's more technical than tactical, of course, so have to wait and see what the issue may be. Hopefully it's resolved quickly here between these two. But you want both teams to be comfortable, no issues to be had, of course. We want this game to be back on the way, and it is. So no problem there, but this round shouldn't be too much to write home about. I'm seeing classics, and that's about it. A little bit of armor, just keeping that money nice and equal, it seems. So this is one of those we can near on talk through, unless there is something unique happening. We do see a kind of postured up defense towards A long. Beyond that, they might get a little aggressive, and that's about all we're going to see.
Well, it's actually cNed that retrieves the orb as well. C site wide open right now, but you can see double stacking Garage are going to have the information, but more than likely committing to the retake here. Damage done on the way, but it's to write home about for Nuki. And this is that wall again. We talked about it the other day. Go for this plant deep back on Plat. Acend actually going to stack up. They're exploring mid. They're going to try and deal with pAura on the flank. All the way back in spawn, actually, but he's going to strike first. We'll find the first kill. Have to deal with that as well, but I mean, this all plays into Heretics' favor, right? It's just running the clock down so much. It's taking them so long to deal with him. Just dig him out of this position.
Well, that first Spectre of Over's already got himself, you know, the next kind of hurdle to climb. Now Starkzo isn't with him. He's just creeping around by CT. And yeah, the potential of costing Heretics here is kind of dissipating. Jumps on the peak, allows cNed to trade. Still trying to do some work here. cNed gonna fight with everything he can. Will be caught in the end, so they cost them 2 players. No more worries with that. And there we go. So 3 survive, spike planted, and round goes to Heretics.
Again, and this is always the question coming back in. Do we see Heretics going in for an aggressive fast hit here, try and convert these weapons? Initially, again, not really interested in playing games. Usually on Haven, we see teams kind of fight for that A lobby control, that A long control on both sides, defense and attack. But Heretics leaning away from it. They're happy to leave this pAura and Rubino once again outside lobby. Expect them to sit deep and really giving it up. cNed does actually retrieve the orb once again. That's going to give him the blade some. You can hear him pop it already. Again, the forward move, I'll have to wait for the UI to change, but cNed, I guess, didn't purchase a weapon there for that operator purchase coming in, so...
Yeah, he's got his ult, so I guess it kind of evens it out. We did see, prior to the kind of op being adjusted on the economy, it was either... You'd basically never be without the potential of huge danger. At worst, you'd have, you know, like, I don't know, a Bucky to fly around, which is horrifically still good. There was never a moment where a Jet would be punished. It'd be ops galore, but Bone Cold's the one to receive on this. Tries to play patient on the first, can't quite convert to the second. pAura's there, and pAura wants further. Looks towards the window. Starkso now knows he's under threat, but it's going to be killers towards the site. One spotted towards long. Good control on that. Finds a Vova. Starkso as well. And here comes cNed. Just gives it out for free. Ooh.
Yep, heated up early on already. First blade storm, maximum value achieved. And like I said, look at it now, 6,900. Be able to get himself the operator online straight away. And initially, again, just coming back to that discussion here, maybe this is Heretics read into it, right? They're trying to adapt based on what they think cNed's going to do, right? Once the operator comes online, I expect them to lean even further away from fighting for this A-long control early round. And possibly C-long, right? The two common spots.
Unless they've got utility to dissuade it, right? It's like, if you've got a plan in mind, sure. And it doesn't matter! He actually spins, smokes off the recon bolt, and still hits that shot, Lauren. He's still here. Like, look at this crossfire. He's kind of revealing his position, but then look at the combination with him. And Coldamenter's still around. They're so good at this. Heretics, you better be ready. You better have a plan in mind, because this is exactly what Acend want to be doing. Now, Nookie put to task in a 1v4. Spike in hand, and I guess a 1v1 on B for now, but C's looking less and less accessible, as already you're going to have Bone Cold pushing down, getting that round. Nookie trying to creep up on this.
Was that blind didn't catch?
Good, no it didn't. But he's going to take the shot on this. Didn't try and wrap further. Touches the spike. I'm going to hear the steps, and you can see the hesitation, the consideration. But cNed cares not. Look at this man.
Of course it is. I'm hoping they run that replay. Literally spins up, smokes the recon bolt, still hits the shot. It's just beautiful to watch.
And imagine being the player on the other side, right? That's the end of it, but it was the start that was the impressive part. The fact that you're like, okay, he's got the op out, there's a chance of it, he popped his ult, you're reading the economy well, but the knowledge that he's going...
It comes back to it again, right? So there's actually nothing, really, other than Nookie's paint shell, and maybe Rubino, there's nothing to break cNed off these angles. There's no fault line, there's no flash from the sky. Like, it's just insane.
Now, the one thing we'll say here is, though, this round can be a little tricky for someone on an op. You can get really overrun by pistols. They get a little too confident. They just start running at you. It's very simple to get overrun, but he was happy for a fight in middle initially. He's going to lean over towards A after they've gotten a fair crack of information. Still two here for Acend as well. Coldamenta joined by Starkso, so no worries on that. And he's going to be playing quite patiently towards heaven. No rush on this. Flash out towards long. Going to at least split this attack in half. Good damage on towards Coldamenta. Might get them a swing on it. Starkso going to keep this safe though. No, finally broken through on Rubino, the classic CS player coming online here. And now as cNed wants back in though. He's feeling brave about this. He's peeking this like it's all his, but there's the first. cNed finds pAura. Okay, game back on. Oh, dearie me. And no rifles recovered yet either. I'm just seeing those sheriffs still out and about. This is still a problematic round. Nookie's done well though. Bone Cold gonna keep it together. Keep your eyes on the ultimate. Rubino has to be the one to stand and deliver a tag. But where's the stop? None of it to be found. cNed's holding this, and now he's just gonna post up. Bone Cold, don't go defend me, put your body on the line, and he does. Heretics make it dangerous, but Acend still keep their players alive and the round in their favor.
Again, I just love it. cNed almost catches the res through the smoke with the operator. It's just crazy. But again, this retake just so clean from Acend. The paranoid, bang on the money, stack up, and at this point here, I mean, yes, he gets that first tag, but again, we know how it works. Once he's down to the last one, it's not even worth throwing it out. Like, yes, you convert that kill, but you've still got to come. They're gonna get the half defuse. They're gonna close the distance on you.
Let's see a little variety now. Let's see what... I want to see where cNed goes with this. I'm kind of curious. Now, I kind of roll my mind in other maps how Cypher can be used to kind of navigate around an aggressive opper, for example. The camera can kind of make it a little bit tricky to find those initial angles. It can be used not necessarily like a flash, but it will force them away from a free pick. The Vova forced away from the rotation, but Nookie tried to trade that. Bone Cold is still there. Good for one, but the trade didn't quite come through in time. cNed with an uncharacteristic miss opens up a chance. And now finally, Heretics break through. There are two players left, but what can they do with this? Coldamenta and Starkso called upon. Seekers go out.
player standing.
Ooh, and Over did have an angle onto Stars of those. He tries to swing off that Seekers, but a pace change from Heretics. Yes, Bone Cold finds the first, but stacked up, and the pinch onto cNed was beautiful as well. Meant not an awful lot left to do. The recon's online, 2 shock darts, but gotta find a kill and gotta do it now and again. This wall is such a nuisance to deal with for them.
Can he get the op back? He fancies trying.
It might be the play, honestly.
Get out of there, bud. Get a run on. There it is. Save the op. Get back around towards B. Should be safe. Should be fine. They'll get filtered back through. Now, in Counter-Strike, for example, we talk about, you know, the presence of double ops or double ops in that game. But you know what I mean? When the ops become really, really difficult to deal with, you kind of have to lean into kind of just well choreographed sight takes. You can't allow those kind of, you know, pick and dashes to come out. You can't allow that presence to be shown around the map. So I like the pace change in this coming out from Heretics, kind of fall into close quarters, navigate through Garage and catch him trying to, you know, pretty much deny the cross coming up from C long.
I'll be honest, if they want to challenge it, that's the only way they can, right? Stack bodies up, throw it at it, and say, look, well, it's an operator, it can't kill all of us, right? Like, he can get the first dash away. You know, we should be able to trade that, surely.
Yep.
Again, whether or not we see them come into any more rounds with that sort of pace, but that's a good adjustment early on. Again, we're only at 3-3, but the problem becomes then, we've seen cNed do it time and time again, it just rotating every round. And it's the bread and butter operator play, right? It's finding an angle, be it a deep passive 1A long, C long, top of the box. There's so many possibilities on Haven in particular that Heretics, that can't be their game plan. That can't be the game plan to deal with the operator. I do love that. It's like, surely he can't kill all of us. How many times have cNed actually killed all of them?
Like there's a voice in my head goes, me. Okay, postured up this time. Bone Cold's going to aggress quite far on this, actually. That's a big space claim if he just wants to sit on this, as it looks like they're going for that kind of 3-2 split towards C. cNed's en route, but he's still pretty far off this. He doesn't want to over-rotate and has to put some faith in the teammates here. Now, Nookie gonna give away at least his presence. There we go, ultimate pop, gonna head on forward. Nookie there tries to send this out, catches a flash mid-air, so he can't do as much as he'd wanted. Killers gets one, but it's Abova finding him right back, so now Starkso has to be careful, has to keep them at least contained for now. Maybe posture in for that retake if they want to. He's trying to get a little ahead here, Bone Cold. He wants to maybe play a little bit quicker on this, not fully playing for the retake, but progressing early, utilizing the wall as a piece of cover, but look at the funnel here. It's tricky to play back towards the side. Bone Cold gonna try it. Has a little look, draws out the peak from long. There's still the player tucked on the corner on site. He just lean around, but the adjustment, Bone Cold, only good for one. Nookie's still alive and doing well. And cNed, he's actually still taking this fight. The op, he doesn't care. He wants the round. He's not gonna get it. Heretics showing the value on this execution.
This wall was just becoming a problem every time we see it. And it enables Heretics to bury themselves so deep in sight. As long as they have long control, it's connector and somebody creeping around the edge of default. As you see Bone Cold right there. It's so really, I'll be honest, the only person that can hop up over that wall, it's cNed, right?
Yep.
And what's he got on operator? It's actually going to be really difficult. I mean, if Heretics keep doing that, execute.
You either need fast flank or garage control, right?
Exactly.
And even then, like, the choke point's brutal. And cNed, using the economy well, gonna kind of equal it out with the ultimate. Spots out one, goes back in. 2 knives get sent. A touch of damage received.
My camera is destroyed.
Sure, again, though, but Heretics happy to play this game, or at least run the risk. Especially on this round of fighting for this A control. cNed, oh, there you go. Gets the reset.
Can you miss it?
No!
He's as quick as lightning! Finds them in a split second! Oh, another! No, it's killers!
Thank God.
Okay,
Thank God.
okay, I need to breathe. I need a second. Nookie, can you clutch this or something so I can stop just staring at cNed destroy your team, please? Okay, Nookie left in the 1v4. I've just seen, you know when you just see things you shouldn't see? I feel like that's got a rating I'm not old enough for, and I'm over 30. And now Nookie, doing what he can. The net's being closed in, though. And the fight on several fronts is going to keep making it costly. but the round is Acend's. Oh. Oh.
Oh. It's 11-5, man. It's just, it's so clean to watch. Look at this. Oh my God.
What are you meant to do against that?
I mean, nothing really. You just smile, go next round.
Okay, back on the op now. So
yeah, exactly.
The problem presents itself once again. And if this is how Acend decide to try and suffer through on their defensive side that doesn't necessarily suit them as well as the attack, fair enough. If this is it, if this is genuinely their answer, then I'm okay with it. But we have to now see if that can repeat itself when it goes to the other side. Let's keep our eyes on this though, because Heretics have another kind of shot at this one. They've gone for a bit of a mid-take with a touch of a C lean, at least with Nookie holding C long. There is a double stack towards Garage though. And there's still plenty of players on B, so this is going to be tough for them to work out. cNed's got full A control, and he can sit on this as long as he feels necessary.
Fundamental will fall pAura on that one, excuse me. And it's the double garage stack you were talking about. But pAura is going to be in position to stop them coming and retaking long control. But it's very low HP, and Bocard actually finds him with the wall bang. Bit of variation to the wall this time around, so Heretics can solidify their position on site.
It's a really nice kind of counter to what could have been the counter play, which would be take Garage, take long control. cNed takes Avova's life, dashes away and dips back now towards that progress on long, and they need the timing to be right. They also need the Garage player and the CT player to stay alive, and they've done that. Bone Cold finding Rubino is big, and now it's down to just Lau. Now he's not gonna much, the timing's atrocious. He's trying to isolate a fight, he's desperate to find one, and no one is giving it away for free. Now let's talk about what we've seen in past Hypoc. It was that traditional wall that went, as we can see here, kind of towards the back box. Now the answer to that, the traditional retake through CT doesn't work very well. It's very hard to find those opportunities. The choke points are brutal. So the double stack towards Garage and the retake through long is the effective answer there.
Listen, again, eyes go towards pAura. We always know where to expect pAura, right? And I think as well, Acend are gonna lead into that very heavily. But I mean, right now, looks like Heretics don't have many other looks than trying this C hit over and over again.
Well, I like the adjust on the wall to go towards short. In a way, like, I don't mind that going towards Garage, because I guess you try and have to define where they play retake from, but even then, they still didn't have much of an answer. Here's that double stack, though, early action. You can see the switch does come in. He heads over towards window, but Starkso almost gets played in. So I wonder how much he gets checked on. Okay, now position noted, has to switch up, still does. But keep in mind the buy that's coming out from Heretics here. The economy's kind of in tatters. You've got some Sheriffs, you've got some Spectres. They do at least have a little bit from starting to build, but so the timing, they're right there, right at the very verge of this one, and Bone Cold one sip, back in we go, Killers finds one, over on the trade, but this should be Acend shutting this down.
Yep. Plant will come through, but Rubino and pAura, yeah, the tall order. cNed gonna shut down pAura as well, so Rubino just left on site, we'll find one, but Stars are quick with the trade. Acend pull themselves 2 rounds ahead. Now, coming back to the buy round, like I said, you see a little bit of a variation here from Heretics. Show us something different. Because I think the more this happens, the heavier Acend are going to lean on it, right? They're comfortable playing this retake. Especially when it's not that backside plant that we've talked about previously. Yeah, a couple of tools coming online now for Heretics. Hunter's Fury, the neural theft. Nookie's one off the showstopper, Avova one off his ultimate. A couple of playmakers here, potentially for them.
Is this going to be a heavy A-lean, I wonder? Got a lot of people ready for this one. Kind of a 4-1 split, at least for now, and the intention read again. cNed very aware of what's normally their routine towards this A-take. Does give up long control for now, maybe reasserting towards sewer. Now, looking at Heretics, they haven't been able to progress too far. Rubino's already kind of considering where to go, but this territory might have been controlled. They've already noted where that jet probably is, just off the sound cues, so maybe opting to try and maybe lean towards middle here. I'm looking at what the answer is for them.
Whether or not they are just going to go... I mean, Coldament are actually ready for this, so Ooh, we'll spot the head of Laul initially, but got to back away. The nade actually going to force him out from that position also. So Heretics going to get themselves in, losing no casualties as well. The wall this time around immediately dealt with. The Heretics don't reset too deep. They're actually going to leave a couple on site here lingering, so it's going to be really difficult for Acend to dig them out. But here you go, the Seekers come through. They're going to explode with a flash, potentially. There, Starzo comes in.
Yulez finds Lau. Bone cold on the playback through. Avova's found one, but cNed again just turns that up into a shotgun. But the flank, the adjustment, that's not bad for pAura. He does try and get some value for this. And now just cNed left alive in a 1v2. Timing is everything. +1! He gets Nuki!
Oh,
Rubino stays alive and lives to tell the tale.
Last round in half.
Oh, he's becoming like that. It's like Logan's the last man we want to see alive on Diffuse, right? cNed's the last man we want to see alive every single time on Acend. Heretics squeeze one out, but again, it's not comfortable. Comes right down to the wire.
The only thing that they fear is cNed right now, and right to be as such. They're going back in towards this A piece again. We can see if there's an adjustment on this overplay as well, because it's becoming a little readable, at least with how he's playing it. It looks like the adjustment goes towards sewer. And it's a full play take towards long. TP comes in, so now he's isolated. He's on his own. He can't get support here quickly. This is actually all on cNed. Now, timing's a factor. He's one away from getting his knives out, and he's going to get that one. Finds Rubino, and now it's time if he wants to do it, and he's popped it. Nuki's aware of where he is, so the spike plant's going to come in. The post plant gets a bit dicey because they don't have now eyes towards long either, and now Acend can start trying to rebuild back through this.
That's a big kill, though. It's Rubino with the Hunter's Fury. He was going to play deep and rely on that ultimate. Keeler's actually going to swing out, find Lau, I guess through the smoke there. Yeah, Nuki didn't even get the showstopper off. Look at this, he burst up. cNed going to clean up the round. pAura falls.
This is a great defensive side. Like, let's put some context. Maybe some new viewers coming in that don't get to see these guys so much. Acend are traditionally an exceedingly good attacking side. That's where their strength normally lays. This is them on the defense, and they looked very diligent, be it off the back of cNed or not, or just how they're well prepared they are. This was perfect from them. This gives them more than enough buffer now to put into play their normal, very diligent attacking half.
Like I said, I mean, he's like the key player there for cNed to deal with. It's Rubino. He's the fail-safe. He's the plan B. The reason you see him lurking that late. Oh, I mean,
How is your Stan account right now? Is it really popping off?
I don't want to talk about it. I think coming into
movie, man.
Coming into the attacking half as well with cNed playing like this.
Okay, so let's take stock. Heretics should have all the fundamentals, all of the pieces in the place to try and handle this. This is what they prepare for. They've done well against some of the most aggressive sides out there. Now, they actually did do well. Let's talk about kind of the explosive Polish scene, for example, that did push Heretics quite substantially. A couple of these players certainly got them kind of, having to elevate their play. But it was with Nisao in the roster. So that's where it kind of, it worked out well for them. We have to see if Nuki can step up, because he was also an equating factor against a further team that played to a similar style. But for now, sit at 5-7 with Acend leading on the half here. Now, the pressure does start to build towards Avova. He's feeling enough of it to potentially call for some support on the way, but Acend should have a fair fight on this one. This should be a fair site take. Avova's found Cordamenta for free. That's incredible work from Avova. Out of nowhere, finding two, keeps control of the spike as well. Support's en route. This is everything you'd want.
But how did they not just get that kill there? The flash goes through, it's perfect, but Nuki cleans things up in a flawless pistol round from Heretics, all on the back of Avova, I gotta say it. He was a solo man. Again, to see him try and play that aggressively. I mean, first one's the spike as well. That's huge, but it doesn't even reset there. Dips back in, finds cNed, another big kill. Just seeing nothing on the side of Acend. Oh, well, a bit of utility. You see Keylaz and Starzo throwing 300 credits into this one. heavy ceiling. Only kilos elsewhere.
Problems found for now. And the classics look, if they get into the range, sure, maybe see something. This is just a fact-finding mission so far, just exploring around the map. Spectres galore on the other side. Use at the back of sight. It'd probably be nookie if they did head towards B to get the first tension. The split through garages is quite traditional. I mean, it's the closest quarter range you're going to find, really. Split through short. Anti-flash comes in. Bilal trying to avoid it, but he does catch a second, but it's a shutdown. This is a very well-considered round. No problems, no damage really done here.
Another flawless A, and that's good for them to build some momentum, get maybe a couple of rounds ahead. Things are tied up at least.
Last player standing. Spike down, C.
See, really, I mean, this is their first chance. Really, again, it comes back to that question. Do Heretics try and convert these weapons? They're going to sit back, maybe get a feel. How Acend want to play their attack in half. It was difficult, actually. Is pAura going to challenge this? No, he's just going to put a really deep spike and get that early information. 3 people on the other end of it.
Cover going out.
Now, this is the bonus for Heretics. So if they convert this, game back on, this would be a huge pickup for them, but we'll see what Acend do now. They have the opportunity with the rifles. cNed garners the angle for a second onto Avova, kind of, you know, keeping track of, okay, player into Suet, and Avova's not really backing down, he's still trying to jiggle peek this for information potentially on the cross.
Deploying drone.
I'm going to come through, clear out a lot of these close angles, which again, that's the big threat in this round is, you know, Heretics stacking up with some cheese somewhere. Trying to make the most of these Spectres, but again, Stars are actually going to double down, clear out those angles once again, but Avova's position spotted. And there's 3 members of Heretics already over here towards A.
Good rotations. Now, timing, they're pretty late in the round. We've got 26 seconds. Got to try and make this work. Over, just spray and pray, and the prayers are answered in the form of Nookie. 2 big kills. Bone Code and Killers go down. cNed trying to be the equating factor, and he has found one. Looks for the follow-up, puts him towards CT. The quick fight, he needs it. 13 seconds. Out of bullets, has to hit the reload. Spike to be planted. This is super dangerous. Stoxo is very low here. Does have heal if needs it. And now already pAura's found him, though. Cold Dementor and cNed. The big duo. And there we go. Down to Rubino, try and play back in. The tags are good now. They do get the round win, but they lose a lot of rifles for that.
They do. And we know Heretics going to come back. 2 flawless rounds are going to come back into this very comfortable with the purchase. Don't foresee any problems for them.
1 enemy remaining.
But again, Starzo just, I mean, honestly, just kind of throwing himself at it. They're very low HP, but obviously being Sky can make sure everybody else is nicely healed up to take that fight. Ultimates wise, again, Nookie, 1 away from the showstopper. Nothing else really. But, I mean, cNed close to the Blade Storm.
I mean,
My mistake.
that's just a constant factor, Hypoc. How dare you ever doubt it? You just know it's there. It's like, oh, he's probably 1 away.
He's either got it or not. One of the 2.
Yeah. Close. 7 to 8 in this game is close. Now, this is the actual even round. To a degree, I guess Bone Cold is still on the Spectre, as is Keyless, so they're not exactly in the best place in their economy, but for now, try and work in with what they've got and what the plan is for them. The approach, of course, the other side of Heretics, everything they need. Rifles galore. After those couple of perfect starts, as you highlighted, Money's in a good spot, but a more particular style here from Acend, it looks like. Slower pace coming out.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is a big over-rotation.
Debated?
Yeah. I mean, the trap wire, the spy cam, they're available. But
the rotation's going to be caught.
Yeah, they're going to be so late if they actually come through and commit to this hit. They are. They're still hesitant, but cNed, the dash on.
30 seconds left.
And he does have the spike, so potentially still get this down before Heretics are even able to stop it or do any damage.
I can't believe that worked. Just a couple of steps towards sewer, I think, actually caused so much of a reaction. I'm not 100% sure if that was it, but whatever happened, it was perfect for them. And now they do get a 5v5 post-plant. This retake through garage is going to get messy. Look at the amount of bodies being brought into this. That's one for Sox. That's two for Killers. And now here we go. Acend finding it, but Nookie answers back towards Koldamenta. Lau now looks for his way in, but this is a shutdown. Heretics finally make it work, but it's Bone Cold left with the 1v1. But look at the HP. He just scored so low. This could work out. Bone Cold onto the rifle. But they are both so low. Oh, he's missed his shot. And now the dance around the site happens. Bone Cold dies. And Lowell just about has enough time on this.
I honestly thought there was no way Heretics could get back in there. I mean, the crossfire and garage on the window got the first two so easily, but amidst the chaos, Lowell finds those kills. Nookie finds one with a showstopper also to make it possible, but I feel like Heretics has had absolutely no business fighting their way back into this.
No, and I can't believe this worked out. So many chances there for Bone Cold, but
with that.
I mean, like, let's also talk a bit of context about some of these players. Bone Cold, young, talented player, certainly a huge prospect within Europe, up against Lowell, who is a LAN veteran. This guy is a seasoned veteran at the game, but cNed, we can't ignore it. He's got the ult out and he wants to try and drag his team through this one. Straight towards B we go. Clearing out on the way, using Sky to kind of create that moment for them. Spike going to be planted. Can he get out of there in time, though? That's the big question. Makes it out alive for now. pAura did find Bone Cold, though. But a 4v5 post-plant now begins.
Over actually going to catch Keyless as well, lurking back over towards lobby. Now, Acend have reset back in, so look for Avova to be the one to weaken this setup. It does Nookie and Avova strike at exactly the same time. Look at this from Heretics. It's beautiful. cNed still with the Blade Storm. What can he get done? He gets the first, he gets the second. Okay, no more, please. Thank you, Avova. Let's shut him down.
Good work, Avova.
Oh.
Good work, Avova. Well done.
Yep.
Well done.
Clap.
Found the danger man. Good job.
This was worrying though, man. No smoke down, no wall, no. I mean, honestly, if he doesn't, I'll be real, miss that first one, there's a potential he gets the first two clean and gets out.
And backs out, yeah.
And resets, but.
Okay. Now, the thing is, normally I don't like to kind of read scoreboard as a big indicator, but 5 for Koldamenta, 9 for Stark, so we need those to find a little bit of something here, I feel. So, you know, I said, when the duos all come online, when everyone starts to deliver for the side, you start to see that kind of very powerful combination. And now Heretics are doing well enough as a collective, I feel. Yes, a couple of outstanding performances, but more often than not, they're keeping this together. 9-8, 1-1 overall in this best of 5.
Their way through once again. Stars out. Sewers. Don't mind, actually a little bit adaptation on the side of Heretics. You see it's Lowell and pAura now over towards A. Enables them to double stack C site and one in garage. Odds are going to come through, but I don't think Heretics are really, they don't even need to show. They don't want to give away the setup now. But the flash following that up could at least keep 3 members of Heretics here for the time being. And the Seeker Star now. This is a good fake, actually.
It's showing a lot of...
It's not drawing Lowell away, but like I said, it keeps 3 of them there.
I'll do, but that's a great shot from pAura. The tracking's perfect. He takes a lot of damage sticking around towards heaven. Now the site's been taken. Spike to be planted. Let's see if anything can deny it. Nothing. Okay, 5v4 again. Post-plant comes in. This has to be some good crossfires still up in motion. There's a lot of utility still with the Heretic side to play retake, and they've still got Nookie leading the way. That's 1, that's 2. The third evades, but pAura on the trade. And now Bone Cold all alone. Dead and gone. Heretics. Lovely retake.
Beautiful, actually, and again, it's on the back of pAura. Like I said, it was something I was expecting on Bind, but how many times do we see him with this utility setup? He's not afraid to dip his toe just before that execute comes out from Acend and find that one kill. At that point, it's a massive win. They find it, it's 4 coming onto site. He's lessened the blow, and cNed of all people, right? cNed of all people to find that. At this point, I mean, as soon as you get the man advantage, you can play trade, you can stack up, you can do this, you can dismantle these crossfires. Really well done by Heretics.
There is a reason that Heretics are flawless on this map, keep in mind. As much as, yes, cNed is an incredible individual, the collective approach from Heretics is exceedingly good, and it's worked against multiple styles, multiple teams, and now Nookie bringing out the op.
Nothing but sheriffs online for... And Hunter's Fury, Neural Theft from the Shadows available, but again, you really look to them if Acend can get at least the first blood. Maybe their way onto site.
Here.
Gonna look at this. After there's no real presence shown, they keep 3 committed to C site, on C site. pAura's utility, garage, and deep in mid. Look how deep that trapwire is.
I love the fact that, as it stands, Heretics are playing a very smart, messy with my smart approach, making it very difficult by all means. Call them enter. It's a tag. TP comes out. And away we go. pAura though. Oh, this is going to be a huge reveal. That's a spike loss too. The timing though. It gets caught in the mayhem of it all. Killers finds him. Now if they get this, then this game on. Was that an ult pop from cNed? No way. Am I just going crazy? But the rap from Bone Cold is anything but... Oh! A stunner! And out of nowhere, Acend just elevate the gameplay. Rubino's been noted. There's no way he could do this. The spikes recover 10 seconds. They're making a mad dash towards B. Has Rubino read this, though? Already disengaging away from heaven. He's considering the B plant. He's got the ultimate! Oh, he's got the kill!
Oh my god. Okay.
So
these
close.
rounds, man. These rounds. Again, just nothing but sheriffs. Nothing but sheriffs on the board here. For Acend.
God damn.
They close this round. Bone Cold. Huge second. Huge second kill. And exactly the same time Coldamenta finds one also.
I mean, the push towards the ultimate as well came out towards Rubino. That was such a good idea as well, just to hammer that pressure home, because if he adjusted well enough, he could have found both potential. Anyway, we go back in. cNed this time back on the op. Not coming out on the other side here. Nookie back down to the rifle. It is showing that A interest again, but we've seen those mad rotations. Bone Cold going to follow up the Owl drone. Clears out towards B, and a passive hold towards that BC connector.
Yeah.
A little bit of a walk towards Sewer as well coming out.
Over the TP down long. Meanwhile, Nookie actually swings out sewers and finds Starzo all the way back in lobby. So now they can lean a little further away from A site. You can see Nookie and pAura considering that. But Acend on the back of over ulting out for info. She's gonna set up towards C long. Still 2 players here. Now throwing down the wall to replace the trapwire that was there at the start of the round. Gives them a little more map control.
Okay, information now spotted. They know, but do they still check on Avova? They were considering it early on. Now they kind of hold for a second. They've got 30 seconds. Bone Cold's creeping in through garage. Are they making a run back towards A? I think you're going to see Nookie responding to this already with pAura. They're checking towards long. They re-aggress through middle. Is this going to be a mad B hit? You're right, that wall's still in place. The lurk from Bone Cold could have been big, but it's not. It falls by the wayside. Avova catches. And now in towards B we go. Spike needs to go down. 9 seconds, 8. Coldamenta denies anyone pressuring. Tries to stay on point. But there we go. The pressure comes in at the right time. cNed, can he survive? The answer probably is going to be a resounding no. No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Rubino finds him, and that op gets taken away.
Heretics in touching distance now of map point. Looking at it, Starzo and cNed. Actually, Keyless as well, struggling financially here. So, Coldamenta can throw a Vandal in this. Bone Cold can too. They can still probably get the full buy next round. I mean, yeah, definitely can. Nothing else. I mean, no other tools to work with for Acend. So they're going to have to play for the overtime. I mean, unless they can squeeze out another thrifty win here. I mean, never write them off, right?
I feel this has to be a tactical timeout at this point rather than technical. Just purely with the timing of the rounds in mind. 11 to 9. Acend need to consider, one, their economy for the next couple of rounds if they make it that far. And what to do with this. You're right, they're on that weird verge where it's like, okay, well, do we try and spread the wealth here or try and do like the kind of Russian-style buy with a couple of rifles? I mean, it works for FPX pretty well. Angel makes it look so simple. All picked up. Now, Coldament are not too far off. Neither is Starkzone, neither is cNed. They're kind of building back into this, but it is 11-9. Heretics have the pretty much as good of a purchase as they'd want.
Whether or not they actually try and come back over and take the orb on A as well, that puts cNed one away, then the plant, hopefully get it on, but Nuki, hang fire. This is a different look. He's crept all the way down mid. He's going to find 2 for 3 stars on Coldamenta. Will fall, and Nuki gets away unscathed.
And keep in mind, it was Coldamenta, I'm pretty sure, who had that rifle. So that gets filtered back through to Killers, but you're already kind of at a bit of a deficit off the back of that. And you've lost all information. You have to re-clear middle. Try and re-garner that territory. And Nuki's out of there. Nuki's not sticking around. Why would he? He's done his damage. He can back away. Well, they might give them that B site. And there's enough information. Tell them where this is going to come from. cNed going to get himself posted up.
30 seconds left.
Towards a kind of standard plant for window. Up on top goes the Omen. That's bone cold. They'll hop through towards the back of site. See what they can do with these remaining rifles.
Still just a classic for cNed. It's going to be so difficult to close this out, even though they've got the spike down. I mean, they're looking like they want to play it aggressively, and actually the paranoia is so good. But Avova will straight back on with a headshot. Bone Cold finds one of his own. Avova again. pAura closes it out. I love that there. Playing that aggressively is absolutely the right decision. The paranoia, perfect for C-Link. Fortunately, Avova somehow, I guess... I mean, as soon as you shoot the Vandal there, you reveal your position, even though you're nearsighted. But, damn, if he doesn't hit that shot, potentially, they can reset.
12-9 now, it's game time. This is closeout for Heretics. This felt too close. This felt scary. And Heretics have looked exceptional on this map. They have a perfect track record, and it's not like they lightly play it. They play it a great deal. It's not like it's oh, we played it 2 times and we've won every game. No, no, no. This is very much in their pool. Now, they've been pushed here a little, but they've got themselves to map point. This isn't just your best of 3. This is a best of 5, so it won't be over yet. But this is the round to make it count for Heretics, on the verge of picking up the round win. But Acend trying to write the story that's presented to them. cNed on the site, gonna get that first control. Sky Flash gets sent through, just kind of keeping everything building. It looks like maybe a pain shot gets sent here, potentially. Spray comes in. Killers receives a touch of damage, but a 5v5 post plant here.
Seekers, Hunter's Fury, Bladestorm, all available for Acend here if they want to try and... There you go. Seekers go through. Not we see any aggression here, but it's going to force Heretics back for the time being. Now keep an eye. If Nuki finds a kill, Showstopper comes up.
This is big work. Rubino's found 2. cNed's still there. Keeler's still holding on. It's a 3v2. Still Lol and Rubino need to make this one work, and pretty fast. Rubino grabs it out of nowhere. And now just Coldamenta left alive. You might have thought the ultimate was enough, but no. It comes down to Lol to keep safe from that high cross. He tries to get the diffuser, but Lau dives on in and should be able to get this the rest of the way. Heretics finding form even against some of the best plays I've seen coming out from Acend.